If you won't use a password manager after watching this video, you deserve what's coming to you. I'm going to tell you what that is and how it's probably already happened. A password manager is simply a database of your passwords, and if it's a good one, at a minimum, it'll be both open source and encrypted. The main benefit of a database of passwords is that you no longer have to remember passwords. You probably already know that you need to have long, complex passwords that aren't easily guessable. Things like the name of your school and the year that you graduated aren't long enough and are just too easy for people to guess. Throw in your favorite animals, your favorite sports teams, anything like that is bad. When you memorize passwords, you're basically forcing yourself to do all these bad things. You can't possibly hold a password and a username for every single website that you use on the internet in your brain without some sort of pattern that's also going to be helpful to people who want to steal your information. Now let's talk about something that's frequently overlooked. You need unique passwords. You need different passwords for every single website that you log into. Why? It's because of something that's almost certainly already happened to you. A website that you use gets hacked. And when these irresponsible companies allow your data to be compromised, hackers or the people who buy information from hackers take your username and they take your password and they plug it into all other major websites. If you use the internet, there's almost 100% chance this has already happened to you. It certainly happened to me, and on multiple different websites. If you don't believe me, or if you're just curious, go type your information into haveibeenpwned.com. I guarantee you're going to show up. Now let's talk about cons, or at least perceived cons. And there's one big, fat, obvious one that you might have already thought of. What if someone gets access to my password database? Yeah, if somebody gets access to your password database, that's going to be really bad. But the answer to that problem is, unfortunately, just a little bit of personal responsibility. The password to open your password manager should be long, and it should be complex, and it should be impossible to guess. And, just like with everything else, your password manager should be protected by enabling a second factor of authentication. Here's the other objection I've heard. What if someone's already owned my hardware? What if there's a keylogger installed? Well, look, again, personal responsibility. If you have a keylogger installed on your hardware, you have far bigger problems than a password manager can help you with. If your hardware's owned, sure, they're probably going to be able to get into your password manager, but they wouldn't even need to rely on that because they could just keylog you logging into your bank account the same exact way. What's the difference? This isn't a tutorial video, so I'm not going to get into how to use which specific password manager, but I am going to leave you with what to me are the two clear best options for anyone. If you already have a solution implemented for file syncing using something like Nextcloud or SyncThing or, God forbid, something like Dropbox, then just go ahead and use KeepassXC, and you can use its Android counterpart, KeepassDX. Keepass is a program that runs on your computer, and your password database is just a file. So you take that file, you drop it in your file sync, and then you use the program locally on your computer or your phone to open it up. It's elegant and it's simple. If you don't have a file syncing solution, just go ahead and use Bitwarden. Bitwarden has a syncing server. You can host it yourself, or you can pay them $1 a month or $10 a year to host it for you, and that goes towards further development of an open source project, so it's money well spent. You've already been hacked. We all have, because we've either chosen to or we've been forced to put our trust in tech companies that don't deserve it. Using a password manager is just a small, easy way that you can take a little bit of power back. Next time there's a data breach, and there definitely will be, your password manager acts as a digital firebreak. The problem stops at one website. You update your password for that website and nothing else was ever affected because you've used completely unique passwords all across the internet. When a hacker takes your credentials stolen from one website and plugs them into another website, you have nothing to worry about because those passwords will never be the same. People in my personal life ask me all the time, what can I do to stay safe online? And I think people normally want black and white answers. I do this and I do this and I do this and then I'm safe. But I hate to tell you, it just doesn't work like that. And especially as a beginner, the best thing that you can do is just to simply stop being low hanging fruit. And the most low hanging fruit on the whole damn internet are people that reuse their passwords all over the place. Stop doing it and start using Keepass or Bitwarden today.